All right, back on the 110, kinda. I've got a couple engines to take apart, and it's gonna be a lot of filming on the bench. I was having a hard time doing it. I'm pretty new to filming. Well, anyway, I've got an idea. It's probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna throw a couple hours at it and see if it makes for a better setup. And this is the idea. The Vevor, I don't know. Not really sure how to pronounce that. Linear motion guide rail. Who'd have thunk? Vevor's come a long way. So I had these kicking around from another project. Ultimately decided not to use them. So here we are. So my thought was, it'd be kind of neat to mount that on here. So, pretty cool. It's a linear motion rail. They're used in material handling, CNC apparatus, indexing, factory stuff. And I was hoping to make a camera mount out of these. Overall, pretty excited. These things are pretty slick. I'll show you the reason I'm doing this. So that this Wilton vise, one of my favorite things. Old boss of mine actually found this at a yard sale and called me and said, hey, I know you were talking about it. Are you interested in a Wilton vise? And I said, absolutely. So, old boss, you know who you are. Thanks, man. Just to paint the full picture, that's what these things look like. They're pretty slick. They distribute the load pretty well and awful smooth. So, see what we can do with that. Ultimately, I'd like to get this mounted somewhere in here so that I can move my camera around. Geez, this garage is not all that straight. This would probably be the strongest thing in this garage. We bought the house, which was half done, and finished it. However, the garage is as it was. Built probably in the 70s, and I don't know if the garage is long for this world, but I'm pretty happy to have it right now. So if I had to guess, these guys are metric, but I thought I had a necklace around here someplace. We can check that with. Nope, 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 nope. No. Alrighty, I don't rightly know where those are. Shoot. Well, that's a problem for future Toby. Current Toby needs to get these on the wall. Maybe I'll do one more. All this thing has to do is carry a GoPro. So that should probably shim. I don't know. Again, I don't know how much time we want to invest into this until we have proof of concept, so why don't we work on that. So these, I'm going to go in and get my necklace. Metric 6. Alrighty. In this global market, metric is certainly the dominant kind of thread series. So I saw an absolute disaster once when 3/8 standard was confused with, I think, 12 millimeters into some blind holes. It was very expensive. It was bad. So particularly nowadays, I don't do this. You know, I'm not working with this stuff every day. I always tend to check, and I find that the original thread checker, United States patent. I find this to be very useful. I imagine I could turn this into 1/4 pretty easily, but that is not what I need. I don't even remember where I got who knows? Judging by the packaging, I don't know how much trouble that'd get you out of. Probably get you into plenty, though. So we'll put that back. All right, well, it's a pretty sad state of affairs. I don't have a 1/4 tap handy, at least, or here. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I've got some titanium hardware again from another project, and you know, I might not have a tap, but I bet you titanium. Close your eyes. For those of you just joining us, we used a 1/4 tap. I read somewhere that when you're tapping a hole, anything, let's see here, anything deeper than 1.5 times the diameter of the threaded piece you're putting in there, you're just wasting money. I don't know if that's true or not. I also read somewhere that lock washers don't do a thing. According, I think that was a NASA white paper, so I still use lock washers, that's for sure. Alrighty. I think it'll hang. Well, I tell you what, that thing's pretty sweet. All right, looks like the GoPro's back. Apologize, Mr. GoPro got a little hot. Need to take a break. You know, I watch Diesel Creek, Andrew Carminata, Dirt Perfect, Keith Fenner, all these guys, Captain Kleeman, and they film for hours and their stuff never shuts off. It's probably not true, but it doesn't seem like their stuff shuts off. How are they doing it? What kind of camera? You know? Love to know. Anyway, that's how I plan on filming these engine repairs. Kind of overhead bird's eye view. Go over here. Oh, we're gonna work on take the flywheel off. That will be probably tomorrow's lunchtime project. We'll get into that later. And then over here, oh, we got to work on, you know, this silly exhaust that I talk so much about. Got to kick that can down the road. We get a pretty good angle. So, yeah, pretty happy with that. For this rail, I don't know. I was thinking about maybe, so far as this rail is concerned, I was thinking about trying to maybe put it up here so I could slide around. Also, the other thought I had was I'm doing a lot of this, you know, moving around, adjusting it, and I'm using that vise, which is a mega pain to move around. But up high might be good. See how this one works out. But Critical Path is taking these engines apart, which is primarily going to be happening on the workbenches. So, and the other possible case would be to put this next to the other rail, like a railroad track with a carriage in the middle, so I could just bat it around and I don't have to lift it, move it, drop it. Maybe this is improvement, maybe it's not, but it's certainly an interesting idea. I got plenty of those, a lot of bad ones, a few good ones. What do I do with a 8-foot linear motion rail? I don't know. Toby here, trying out this new selfie gimbal. It's pretty slick. gotten away from me a few times. But anyway, just to wrap up the cam rail, or my working name is the WorkBench SkyCam. Probably needs a little improvement, but I like it. So, as you do, I was laying in bed thinking nothing but this, and I decided to make a couple improvements. I just walked around until I found things laying around that I thought would work. So that is a bracket from an old barn door hardware kit. Kind of goes in the bottom that holds the barn door from flopping around. And that is about the only thing I had that was a wheel with a bearing on it. I've got the other one. That was an old screen replacement tool. And I took that apart because I will never replace another screen myself. So, pretty happy with that. It slides awful slick. Put you down on the vise. We always end up back on the vise. So, pretty happy with that. I can kind of bat this thing around, and lifting it, dropping it was kind of a pain. And I'm pretty happy with this improvement. As always, if you like the video, want to see more, consider subscribing to Off the Ship and liking the video. I've been on the other side of this conversation many times, and it is still weird, but it does help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back on the John Deere episode 2, which I'm filming right now. I'm pretty excited about that. All right, take care.